Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. We're on the page of Edgeley Park today for one good reason, and that is that I've convinced the board to actually buy the stadium. I don't know who it was owned by, possibly the local council, but we've come into a bit of money. More on that in a minute, and that's a bad thing, if you think about it, but I've managed to use the money anyway to get the board to buy the stadium, which I think in the long run will help us so we can try and increase the capacity. I think we've got to get it up to 20k at some point, but we may have to build a new one at some point because we are obviously filling our stadium for every home game, and it's not really a big surprise as to why. I've also got another new affiliate club. The board let me have it, so I went over to Serbia this time and got Čukarički to be our new affiliate. I always had a soft spot for them with my Red Star save, so I've always liked them, and I figured we could do with a Serbian one too. One, they produce decent regens, and two, obviously we can get an extra club for some work permits. The more the better, frankly. The board will also improving our data, which is very, very nice. Now, since it is Sunday, we're not going to do comments today. We're going to do Regen Sunday. Oh, yes. And of course, if you want to take part in Regen Sunday, head over to the Discord chat and drop your regens into the Regen channel, and I'll be sure to pick the best ones over the course of the week. We've got 5 this week because I just could not pick. First up, we've got Daniel Vizek, who is a Czech centre midfielder, 19 years old. Very, very good stats for a 19-year-old. I mean, that's 16 passing, 16 vision, great first touch, driven personality. What's not to like? He's only 5'2", though, which does make him quite a short fella. Next up, we've got this absolute monster, Colin Bouchard, who apparently was sold to Chelsea for 200 million. Not really hard to see why. 18 finishing, 17 first touch, 16 dribbling. I don't know how tall he is. Well, I do, but like, I can't transfer that in my head over into feet and inches. Still, bloody good player. We've also got Gorka Moreno, a 21-year-old Spaniard, but this guy is unbelievable. To have those stats at 21 is incredible. Like, look at it. Everything is absolutely flawless, apart from them long throws. What are you doing? Next up, Harold Mosquera, which I really like because he plays for St. Pauli. I mean, he's a good centre-back, as you can see, but he's 6'10". 6'10". I don't think I've ever seen a player, certainly an outfield player, be 6'10". No wonder he's got 20 jumping reach. He doesn't have to jump, he has to bend down to win headers. And finally, Nguyen van Viet. I only used him, really, because he's good, don't get me wrong, but compared to some of the others, he might not be fantastic. But it's the fact that he's a Vietnamese striker playing for Dulwich Hamlet, and I'm a fan of that, and the fact that he's as good as that and is still only a 3-star player in this guy's team, so shows you what the rest of the team's probably like, and it's cool to see a Vietnamese player. So yeah, if you want to get in touch with Regen Sunday, of course, feel free to do that. Drop your regens into the Discord chat. Be sure to do that next week in our next installment of Regen Sunday. We need like an intro for it, I think. Right, we've had a fair number of fixtures off camera, and frankly, I am on cloud 9 right now, or maybe even cloud 8, more on that in a minute. I feel like it's a real turning point for our season, frankly. Something's just changed. I don't know if it was the update, but we don't seem to have done a lot with the tactics, really. But that last episode, that win against Manchester City seems to have just galvanised us into being absolutely phenomenal lately, and long may it continue. I've made some signings, some players have gone out, one in particular that I would have rather not gone out, all sorts of stuff to talk about. First up was Norwich City in the FA Cup. Haha, would you look at that? We didn't win. I rotated the side around a tiny little bit, as you can see, but we still should have done better. Niall Ennis got 2 yellow cards and was sent off. He's now buggered off on loan to Ipswich Town, and such was my fury at this. A 0-0 draw. So it was a third or even maybe a 4th consecutive clean sheet, but we should be beating Norwich. Kamil Bednar, more on him in a minute. He was the Wonderkid I was talking about, made his debut for us in this match and got man of the match. So long may that continue. I'll show you him. He is bloody amazing. £3.4 million he cost us, but we'll talk about that in a sec. But we then went straight off the back of that and beat Tottenham 1-0 at Edgeley Park. Bednar played again and was pretty damn good, got the assist for Josef Bajza's goal. But honestly, for the first half, Spurs were dreadful. I think they had 2 shots and that was all in the entire first half, none on target. Josef Bajza's goal was great. Bednar got the ball out on the right-hand side, whipped it in, Bajza got across his man and volleyed it into the bottom corner. We took the lead and it was a deserved win. Yeah, we committed a lot of fouls in this game, that's what I would say. But just a phenomenal performance to beat Spurs. So to beat Spurs and Manchester City in this run, another win, and we got another clean sheet. Louis Molden has been fantastic over this period of matches, just saving everything. We also got part of the bus, or part of the tank, or some kind of achievement, because we went 5 matches competitively, I think it was because of this one, without conceding a goal. Ridiculous. Next up, we had the replay away at Norwich, and would you believe it? We've gone out of the FA Cup to Norwich City on penalties, of all things. We dominated the game, and then they scored and went in front through Harold Keller, their first shot of any kind of the match. We were dominating, and unfortunately, we did get a goal back, frankly, straight away, practically, through Josef Bajza, who again has just been putting the goals in the net. He's slowly building up a goal tally. But then even Dimitrov, who I put in instead of Bednar for this one, got himself sent off, which was just glorious. We were still all right after that, but it wasn't to be. Bajza and Fazic missed penalties in the shootout, and we went out of the bloody FA Cup to Norwich City. That's Norwich have just got some kind of hoodoo on us. But we picked ourselves up, dusted ourselves down, and went away to Crystal Palace. 19th place Crystal Palace, who really have fallen off the pace. And we went behind in this one through Carl Toto Akambi, who got round the back of our defence and slipped it under the goalkeeper. It wasn't great from Molden. He did not play well in this game, to be fair. But Zé Maria gave us the equaliser straight before half-time, which was very, very nicely. And Miller with the assist, I believe it was. And then Andy Davidson scored a wonderful free kick just after half-time to put us in front at Selhurst Park and to wrap up another victory. Yes, we conceded a goal, but it just feels like we were having all that dreadful luck and just poor performances in the early part of the year, and it feels like it's just not even equalised, it's swung back the other way, and we're just getting all the fortune lately, and another win. Fantastic. We then follow that up with an away trip to Wolves, struggling Wolves, who I think was 17th or 16th coming into this match. We took the lead very early through Liam Miller, which was nice, but then in the space of a couple of minutes, Wolves flipped it on us with goals for Zukowski and Oscar. Yes, that Oscar. I'm fairly certain it's that Oscar, and he was great. And then for some reason they took him off. I don't know why. I mean, we were already winning by that point, but it was strange that they took him off because he was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. Zé Maria equalised for us before Piero Borlina, assisted by Zé Maria, gave us the winner with a lovely one in the bottom corner and another win. Not so great defensively this time, but Molden was still decent. Wolves, probably a bit harsh on them to not win or not get a point from this match. I think we were a bit lucky to get away with the win here, but we did. And then in our final run of games, we got another win. This is what I mean. And this one wasn't even close. We were phenomenal at home to West Ham. Zé Maria has really stepped it up with goals and assists in this period. He got 2 goals in this game. Liam Miller got the other one. The wingers are just taking control. Byes has been okay. He's, got goals here and there, but Miller's really stepping up. Zé Maria's really stepping up. West Ham didn't even deserve the goal they did get. Dimitrov brought someone down in the box, except it wasn't a foul. It said it wasn't a foul, but we got given anyway, and Danny Ings converted the penalty. It should have been another clean sheet for us. Bit hard done by, but I don't care. We got the win. And amazingly, that puts us in 8th place on 40 points. We've hit the 40-point mark because we've just won 8 consecutive... Was it 7? I think it's 8 consecutive league matches. And the Spurs one is fantastic. The City one is outrageous. And you saw that game. We were great. And I don't know what's changed, but we just seem to have found something and clicked. We now have a 0 goal difference from when it was as low as minus 11 at one point. But as you can see, we now sit 25 points above the drop zone. And that's less about us and more about the teams down below. You'll remember that we've played maybe 5 or 6 games off camera, and the teams at the drop zone, I think we're on 13 points then? Yeah, well now it's 15. They're just not getting any points. 15 points from 27 matches is what Brighton have got, and they're not even in the relegation zone at the moment. But as a result of this, I was able to convince the board to give me a bit more money because they will let me change in the season expectations to avoid a relegation battle, which, let's face it, were practically survived already. So with that money, I was able to sign the player I wanted and bring in a defensive midfielder. Oh God. Firstly, I also signed Mark McGowan on a free transfer with compensation from Cork City. That was done ages ago, but he finally joined us. He's gone out on loan to Hibs for a bit, but he cost 400 grand. He's not amazing, but he's an extra body. And this is Kamil Bednar. This is the Wonderkid I signed from Slavia Prague. He cost us £3.4 million with his release clause. Can you now see why I was so interested in him? 6'1", realist. Hang on. He was a perfectionist before. Has he already changed his bloody hell? Okay, well, the point is, 4.5 stars at 18, 8 caps for Czech Republic. Great marking. His passing's not great. He's got great tackling, great crossing, great dribbling. Mental's good there, great physicals. Wonderkid in terms of his media description. He is unbelievable. And I know we've got Dimitrov, but when the chance came up to sign a player this good for that price, I wasn't going to turn down the opportunity to bring in a guy for that amount of money. Like, he, to me, is like potentially world class. Like, I think he's got a £60 million release clause or something, but for 3.4 million, I could not make the deal. Luckily, with the extra money, I was able to bring in another DM. This is Clint Leemans, who is a Dutch player. We brought him in from Pek Zwolle. He's not amazing. Honestly, I feel like we were a bit lighter, but this is why I don't really like to sign the older players. They cost loads of wages. They're not great. They're not going to improve. We're not going to make any money. He's 5 million up front as well, and another 5 million over 3 years. So that's 10 million pounds this guy's cost us. It's not a good deal. But we just needed an extra body, and I wanted to bring him in. So we've got Booty and Leemans now as options in that DM slot, so we can actually do it, and they'll both play today. And also there's been loan deals just for constant. Callum Gribben's gone on loan to Bristol City, Curtis Lamb, Chris Thorpe to MK Dons, Craig Palmer's gone to Bristol Rovers, Ennis to Ipswich, Lafferty to Coventry. My son has gone to Oxford, Leckie to Gillingham, Ford to Bolton, Hubbard to York, Sam Law has gone out on loan to Swansea because they were willing to pay, McGowan obviously, Baines. Fazic, as you can see, he left to join... They triggered his release clause. Unfortunately, I was trying to get him on a new deal because I figured that might, because they came in with an initial bid. I tried to give him a new contract. He wasn't interested. They triggered the release clause and he's left to join Leverkusen for 15 million. I feel like he was worth more than that, but there you go. Nemanja Boskovic has also joined Derby on loan because we can get, like, It's like 250 grand, and it will basically pay off his transfer fee just by doing 6 months on loan there. So a lot of players have left, but I am annoyed about Fazic because I got rid of Gribbin because he wasn't going to play, and now we've lost both of our attacking midfielders. So Carlos Toril is now our first choice AM. Bit of an annoyance, but we're safe right now. I see 40 points. No way in hell we're going to get caught with that. And here endeth the absolute diatribe of what's happened in this period of matches. It's certainly been quite the eventful one. And Canmaz is doing a brilliant job out on loan. Yes, I know it's Canmaz. And it means something like will not bleed or something like that, which is amazing. So match preview. We're playing Man United. They're managed by Pep Guardiola. Don't know if you knew that. They're 13 points clear at the top of the league. They have dropped some points, sort of. But they're going to win the Premier League. They already have 73 points with 12 games to go. Now, we're missing a few players for injury too, so that's not great. But we are going to have to go with this system today. There's no way we're going to do anything else. Yeah, we're going to bring... That's Spicer, Miller, Toril, Zemaria, Booty, Lehmans, obviously, Kit Kat. Although I've played Bruno Bridges a few times, as you will have seen. And I'm actually going to give him a chance again tonight because he did so well against City. Makengo and Roussel at the back, Molden in goal. Now, we now have mad options in our left-back spot between Bednar and Dimitrov. I feel like today might be the day for Bednar because he's got slightly better defensive stats than Dimitrov, who's got pace and physicals, but I think like Bednar could do a better job defensively today. We might need that. Man United have got an absolutely stacked team. They signed a player from Juventus over the summer for 123 million, and they've got Ryan Sessegnon. Sad times, boys. Yeah, Celso Luis. This is the new guy they just brought in for 123 million. Right, let's have this. If we pull off something here, it would be the biggest result in this save probably that we're ever going to get. We have nothing to lose, so let's just go out there and try something. I'm expecting nothing from this match, but we've already put ourselves in such a wonderful position that we can take a free hit here at Manchester United. You know, the record they've got is unreal. I don't know who beat them. They've lost one match in 26, so I wonder who actually got that. We're just going to try and defend as best we can. Ball in, and Molden clears. And somehow they have a penalty. Makengo has pushed Pogba. Apparently that's what's just happened. Sure, whatever. Pogba steps up and smashes it home. I mean, Molden does not save a lot of penalties anymore, but Man United lead after 6 minutes and a Paul Pogba penalty is responsible. Not the way we would have wanted to start this match. Let's just try and keep the scoreline down, I think. That's mental. Celso Luis. Oh, for Pogba. Nice work getting back in there. We need a breakaway, really. I just don't see us getting it. Diogo Dalot. Oh, he's gone round them all! Well, that's just unfortunate. Ricardo Matos makes it 2-0 to Manchester United. That's just, I mean, it's not great from Louis Molden there either, really. The fact that he's palmed it straight back into his path. I think this is always going to be a tough game for us. You know, Man United are clearly a next level team at the moment. Dalot goes past them all. And Molden, I mean, that's just bad, isn't it? Well run in there by Ricardo Matos. It's 2-0 now. It's just trying to keep the scoreline. But this is kind of why I was tempted to sort of skip these types of games for live comms this season, because for every game where you, like the Manchester City game, you're going to get 10 of these ones where we're just sort of backs against the wall, offering nothing, trying to desperately cling to anything in the matches. And, you know, it's just not that great viewing, is it? Just maybe create a chance in the second half or something. Maybe nick a goal. It's been a dreadful game. Oh, and now Paul Pogba's put a free kick in for United. We're defending okay, in all honesty. We've had a penalty and a free kick go against us today, but this is a Man United team that are going to win this league so comfortably. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this league by more than 20 points with the way they're playing in this. This is what we're going to have to overcome in order to try and win this league someday. Crazy. Going to make a double change. I'm going to get Juro and Liam Hunter on just to freshen the team up a little bit at this point. Bridges, amazingly, has probably been one of our better players. Like, we can say what we like about old Bruno, but the guy lives for the badge. Honestly, it's a bit like trying to stop a tidal wave with a cocktail umbrella, and Morgan Roussel's put it in the back of the net, but it is offside. Yeah, so nothing happening here. Booty, come on. A 90th minute goal here would be unbelievable. Juro? Oh dear. Oh dear. Go on. Hack him down on the way through. Or just track him out wide. Great work from... That's brilliant from Juro, to be fair. Lingard. Oh god, Dele Alli's in acres of space. He's gone through. And that is a... Where on earth was the left back in that move? Man United 4, Stockport 0. We were bound to come back down to earth eventually. We've been on a phenomenal run, and it would have to end today. I'm a little bit disappointed in the scoreline, but when you look at how much further they are clear, they're beating the top 4 or 5 teams by these sort of scorelines too. I mean, their goal difference is outrageous. And there we go. Man United 4, Stockport County 0. We can't have any complaints at all about that one. Frankly, we just weren't good enough, and we're not good enough at the moment. Look at that. Plus 63 their goal difference is. They've lost one game this season, to give you an idea. We're doing just fine right now. I'm totally happy with the way we're doing. That was our game in hand as well. So we're still 25 points above the drop zone. I still can't believe how low their points totals are. None of them have really ever got going. That bottom 4, someone is going to survive with a ridiculous point total. I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to be the survival number this year? My prediction, I'm going to say I'm going to say 26 points will keep you in the Premier League this year. That's my prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be very curious about that too. Oh, also, Slobodan Basic nearly moved to FC Dallas, but he kept snubbing their contracts. So, next episode, I'm thinking of doing a double live com again. This has been a big chunk, and I've still got a third episode to do today, and time's going to be a bit tight. So we're going to do Watford off camera away in the Premier League. That will be a difficult game, but then we're going to come back for home matches against Cardiff and Newcastle. Games that I genuinely think we can put more goals past and really start to kick on to finish off the season in style, to be perfectly honest. And then I think the next episode after that is probably going to be final day of the season, which will be pretty damn cool. Hopefully put Bruno Bridges up top. That'll be fun. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, despite us getting humped 4-0 by Manchester United, but what else was really going to happen? Notice we've had a lot more games on TV lately too, which has been good. Drop a like on the video, just to give me that at least. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll join you guys in the next episode for a double live com of Cardiff and Newcastle. Let's get some goals going again. Let's see. I wonder what our highest scorer this year will be. I still think it will be Bizer. I think he'll probably get to about 15. That would be nice. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.